Cheers, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. And today we are going to talk about frequency. Of course, vibration, frequency, these terms have been talked about at great length, but we're going to really dive into the frequency that you're on, how to change your frequency, and what this process really looks like in a practical application. Because people can talk about this and the theory of it, it's talked about so much, but what are the actual practical steps that we can use to actually change this frequency and to change, therefore, the results that we're going to be getting? So I'm going to begin this by, if you guys have seen this, there's a chart by David Hawkins, Dr. David Hawkins, where it's a scale of consciousness. Talked about this on the channel before. Essentially, the lowest scales are that of shame, guilt, fear, humiliation. Those are the lowest frequencies on the scale. And as it moves up, you got anger and pride, and it slowly goes to courage. And then it goes to happiness, fulfillment, peace, joy, harmony, enlightenment at the top of the scale. And the approach that is going to govern, see, when we're going for our external goal, and I could talk about this in the context of creating. Let's say you're working on a project, or in my case, I work on social media content. For a long time, I've made music. I worked on, video content on Instagram. I have creative music videos that I put out. I have these videos on this channel right here. And when you were creating something, when you're birthing something into this physical form, and in this context, it's creative in art, but really we're all creating in our lives, right? Even if you're not engaging in a creative, what we traditionally call creative, even in your business or even in your job, there's that creative flow, right? And that creative flow stems from being in these higher vibrational states, in these higher frequencies. I'm trying to get away from the word vibration because I feel like it's been so overused. So being in this frequency where we're in a state of appreciation, it's about shifting that mindset. It's about the psychology that we're operating from. Where is our inner compass? What is that inner locus of control? We're focused on us. We're focused on how we feel within ourselves in relation to what it is we're going for. So using the example of, let's say, creating videos here on YouTube. If I'm coming at this from this perspective of, oh, I'm making these videos and I'm working so hard, but why does this person have, get so many views, and this person just made their channel recently and they've already gotten more subscribers and all this? That's coming from that frame of, it's coming from a frequency which is not an appreciation. It's coming from a frequency which is not in gratitude of purely even the opportunity that I have to create these videos. It's solely focused on an outcome, on an external thing that I think is going to make me feel good once it's arrived. But the true secret sauce in this process is to feel that within the process, to be process oriented. If I focus on, look, even just the pure fact that I'm able to do this, a lot of people want to be able to create videos. A lot of people, the dream of a lot of students now growing up is to be a YouTuber, right? So even just the gratitude of the fact that I'm able to do this, the fact that I have the time, the fact that I have the ideas, the wherewithal to actually, the equipment, the ability to do this in the first place. And then the fact that I'm grateful for everything that has been going my way. I'm grateful for the fact that I have been able to consistently put out videos every single day. I put out videos, daily videos on this channel almost for this entire year, actually. I've been putting daily videos out. And so that's one thing that I have control over. And that's one thing that I have the power to, be thankful for, is my own resilience, my own determination to keep up with that daily upload schedule no matter what happens. Even if there's people that react negatively to the videos, even if a video gets like barely any views, it doesn't matter, because I'm coming from this place of appreciation where I'm saying, look, like, I love doing this. I love sharing my ideas. I love sharing my thoughts. I love having people that comment back and leave me comments on my videos, and for me to share and express my ideas and the things that I think are interesting, for me to be able to talk about this and then get feedback get, you know, people that are actually engaged with what I'm putting out, those are all amazing things to be grateful for. And so it's this shift in perspective that we constantly are able to do no matter what the circumstance might be. Another, you know, I just got back from VidCon. You can see my bracelet here. I attended this event in Anaheim, and it's all about creators, right? And some of the people that I met there have really massive followings, or some of the people that were speaking on the panels and the guest panels. And one way of looking at this is like, oh, wow, you know, and some of the panels, to be honest, I wasn't really, some of them were good. There were some good ideas being shared, but some of the stuff that people were saying was like very, very elementary, very like, yeah, I've heard this a million times. And it's interesting to me that, you know, people get invited to speak at this event and really don't seem like they rehearsed or had any planning or thought going into the presentation. Not to bag on these people or speak negatively about them, but one way of looking at that is that, wow, okay, like if these people were able to do it and this is their presentation, then it should be actually pretty easy for me to achieve success then, because I have a lot to say. And the negative framing of that is that, oh, this person that didn't even, you know, in my opinion, give that great of a speech, how have they achieved so much success, right? And then look badly at yourself for that, right? So there's always this shift. And it is on what frequency we're operating from. Because when we come from that place of unworthiness, when we come from that place of seeking outside of ourselves, externally focused, our locus of control is externally placed. We are in those lower vibratory states that's saying, I'm unworthy. I need the validation. I need the approval. I need the external stimulus, the external reaction from the outer world or from the people around me to prove to myself that I'm worthy, to prove to myself that it's okay to love myself. Whereas when we're internally focused, we have that internal locus of control. Again, it's about what is the energy that we're putting out. We're not so much looking for the crop and searching desperately for the sprout to come out of the earth as much as we're focused on tending to the garden, as tending to the plant, as watering the plant, making sure it has enough sunlight, so that we know that we're cultivating. We know that we are doing what feels in alignment for us, what feels right to us. We feel good about the content that we're putting out. Let's say in this case, we feel good about the impact that we're making. We feel good about the actions that we're taking, the approach that we have, which is a genuine, hopefully authentic approach that actually seeks to build a connection with somebody or make a positive impact in somebody else's life, rather than this kind of need for, again, that external approval or need for somebody else's saying or validating that we are a worthwhile person. We have to know first and foremost that we are worthwhile people. We have to give that approval to ourselves. We have to give that love to ourselves. We have to give that acceptance to ourselves. And once we do, the mirror will then smile. The mirror will not smile until we smile first. So by being here, you are on the right frequency. You are on that path. And no matter what's going on around you, there's always things to be grateful for. There's always a way to reach for that better feeling thought. There's always a way to look at what is the silver lining in maybe this supposed gray cloud that appeared. And there's always two sides to everything. And really, when you begin to do this, and then you are process-oriented instead of outcome-oriented, you're going to begin to see those shifts happen. You're going to begin to see things just occurring in a different way. Your whole lens, that what you're looking at life through, has shifted now. It's like you're able to defog the lens or smear the dirt off of those foggy glasses, off of that dirty lens that you're looking through. So my intention with this video is for you to understand that a lot of the times people might think, or you might, on the external, when you look at things through a traditional, even the idea of rejection, right? Somebody rejects you. That looks like a bad thing on the surface level, right? But maybe they're not at the right frequency. Maybe they're not at the right frequency where they can actually meet you where you need them to meet you at. And so when you come at this approach of really loving yourself, really valuing yourself, having that valuation of yourself, that you truly are valuable, you're going to be more discerning too of the people that you allow around you, of the opportunities that you say yes to. You're going to find yourself saying no to certain things that maybe before you might have said yes to, just to go along to get along type of attitude. You're going to have more of that, those standards, those boundaries are going to be set in place. And when people exhibit, or certain situations or circumstances are such that they're not meeting or rising to those standards that you are creating for yourself, then they're going to fall out of the picture. They're going to fall out of your life, because now you are upholding that value that you have placed. You have valued yourself much more where you should be valuing yourself, and now you are drawing things to you rather than chasing after them. And that goes back to that popular affirmation, I think it was on TikTok or somewhere, where it's like, I don't chase, I attract. And you allow the world to come to you because you are emitting this positive frequency. Now you are this beacon of light. Now you have cultivated this beautiful garden that all the butterflies, all the animals, they're attracted to the garden that you have cultivated. So that is what I want for you, that shift in perspective. And it's a continual shift in perspective. It's not like one time we do this and then forevermore we never have these like negative thoughts, or we never kind of go into these spirals and things like this. It's an ongoing process. Just being aware that you have the power at any given time to reflect on the gratitude, the things that you have to be grateful for in your life. There's so much for you to be grateful for. And I know that we're all in different levels and different places in this journey, but there's always something that you can look at in your life and your surroundings to actually be thankful for, and to allow you to fuel you towards those aspirations and those goals that you have. Even if you've been told no 100 times, some of the people that achieve the greatest things have been rejected so many times, more than everybody else. But that is just putting you, those no's are furthering you along, getting you closer to your yes. So that being said, guys, much love as always. Drop this video with a like, hit me with a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.